Can you feel it? In 2025, something is quietly shifting across America's farmlands. States that once powered our agricultural exports are now seeing contracts canceled and supply chains unravel. It's not on the nightly news, yet. But the change is real, and it's growing. While we've been distracted, Canada has been building trust, showing up, and quietly taking our place. 5 of America's biggest agricultural states are now caught in a growing crisis. Is your state one of them? Let's break down what's happening, why, and what it means for the families at the heart of America. Let's start with Minnesota, once a gold standard for soybeans, corn, and pork. For decades, Minnesota's exports were trusted worldwide. Contracts here were as good as gold. But now, that trust is fading. International buyers are hesitating, worried about U.S. political whiplash and trade wars. For countries that need food security, uncertainty is a risk they can't afford. So, they're turning north to Canada, specifically Manitoba and Saskatchewan. Canadian crops offer the same quality but with something more valuable: stability. Canada's trade policy is consistent. No sudden reversals, no export bans, no drama. Imagine you're a food importer in Japan. You've bought from Minnesota for decades, but now you're offered a 5-year Canadian contract with stable prices and government backing. It's not a hard choice. You're buying peace of mind. This isn't hypothetical. Minnesota's export volumes are dipping, while Canada's rise. Contracts that used to renew automatically are now up for debate, or not renewed at all. The impact is real. Fewer trucks at grain elevators, small towns feeling the pinch, families putting expansion plans on hold. The quality hasn't dropped. The problem is perception. Made in America now signals unpredictability to some buyers. Meanwhile, Canada has invested in infrastructure, upgraded ports, and signed long-term deals. They've built a brand as the no-drama supplier. For Minnesota, this is a wake-up call. Their reputation is being challenged, not by better products, but by a better story. The global market is clear. In a turbulent world, predictability is the ultimate prize. Minnesota's quiet confidence is turning to unease. Farmers are looking at their balance sheets and wondering what's next. They did everything right, but the rules have changed. The North Star State is searching for a new way to navigate a world where trust is the most precious commodity. The question, can Minnesota regain its footing before the shift becomes permanent? The answer will shape the future of its farms and its communities. And Minnesota isn't alone. Now, to Kansas, the wheat state, long a global symbol of abundance. For generations, Kansas wheat fed the world. Its economy was built to move this harvest everywhere. But now, Kansas's dominance is under threat, not from quality issues, but from a crisis of trust. Political drama and trade disputes have made the U.S. look risky to buyers. Imagine you're in Egypt or Nigeria, responsible for feeding millions. You need certainty, not the lowest price. When the U.S. is unpredictable, you look for alternatives. Enter Canada. Saskatchewan's wheat is just as good, but comes with a promise of stability. Canada signs multi-year deals and sticks to them, no matter the political climate. That dependability is now Canada's greatest advantage. It's not just wheat, Kansas's beef industry is feeling it too. Buyers are bundling their purchases and Alberta is reaping the benefits. Every canceled contract sends ripples through Kansas. Ranchers, feedlots, meat packers, and small towns all feel the pain. It's a slow bleed, but it's weakening the state's economic heart. Kansas farmers are caught in the crossfire of decisions made far away. Canada's strategy is simple: be the most reliable player. While the U.S. is seen as unpredictable, Canada is the partner who always delivers. In global food security, that reputation is priceless. The lesson in trade: perception is reality. Even the best wheat can't overcome a lack of trust. Kansas's golden fields are still there, but the world is looking at them with caution. The state that once felt unshakable now feels vulnerable. The big question: can Kansas reclaim the world's trust before it's too late? The answer will decide the future of the wheat state. And Kansas isn't the only one facing this challenge. The same story is playing out across the Heartland. The stakes couldn't be higher. Let's keep moving. Next door is Nebraska, the Cornhusker State engine room of American agriculture. Nebraska's model turned corn into feed, ethanol, and world-famous beef. For decades, buyers depended on Nebraska's reliability. But now, that trust is breaking. Buyers are de-risking their supply chains, looking north. Canadian provinces like Ontario and Quebec supply corn and soybeans. Alberta supplies beef. Canada's ethanol is steady. Canada offers Nebraska's portfolio with more political stability. This isn't just a few lost contracts, It's the unraveling of Nebraska's agricultural ecosystem. Ethanol plants, feedlots, and small towns are all feeling the pressure. Farmers struggle to get financing as long-term contracts disappear. The foundation of prosperity is starting to crack. Nebraskans take pride in their work ethic and reliability. Seeing their reputation tarnished by national politics is a blow to their identity. Canada isn't gloating. They're just building relationships, signing long-term deals, and delivering. Every port upgrade, every trade mission, is a move to capture more market share. Nebraska's story shows how quickly a reputation can be damaged. Even the most productive state is only as strong as its country's perceived stability. For Nebraska, the path forward is uncertain. The crisis is about more than economics. It's about confidence and identity. Hard work alone can't fix this. Rebuilding trust is the only way forward. The challenge is daunting, but the alternative is unthinkable. Nebraska's future depends on restoring faith in its promise, and the clock is ticking. Now Illinois, the prairie state, logistical heart of American agriculture. Illinois' advantage was its unmatched ability to move crops. The Mississippi River, vast railways, central location. For generations, this system worked flawlessly, making Illinois the gateway to the world. But now, that advantage is eroding, not from infrastructure failure, but from a crisis of trust. International buyers worry about U.S. trade policy shifts, labor disputes, and regulations that could trap their shipments. The Mississippi's efficiency doesn't matter if the route is seen as risky. Canada saw this coming. They invested billions in western ports and rail lines, creating a seamless corridor to Asia. Now, buyers in Asia can choose the Canadian route, shorter, faster, and backed by a stable government. Increasingly, they are. Illinois farmers are still producing record crops, but it's harder and more expensive to sell them. The basis is widening. Farmers get less for their grain. Grain elevators, trucking, and rail companies all feel the pinch. The economy of central and southern Illinois is straining. This is a structural shift, not a temporary dip. Canada built a better system, high-quality crops, world-class logistics, and political stability. Illinois invested in efficiency, but now faces a competitor who understood that trust underpins the supply chain. The prairie state is at risk of being bypassed. The mighty Mississippi is now a reminder of when trust was taken for granted. For Illinois, the challenge is to restore faith in the entire American system. The future depends on it. Finally, Iowa, the king of American agriculture. Top producer of corn, a leader in soybeans and pork, Iowa set the benchmark for quality and consistency. Its reputation was its crown jewel, built over a century. But now, Iowa's crown is slipping. The crisis of trust has hit hardest here. Political instability and trade turmoil have cast doubt over Iowa's industry. Longtime partners are diversifying away, not because of quality but for security. Canada is the main beneficiary. Even a small shift in market share means billions lost for Iowa. The pain is everywhere. Hog farmers lose contracts, corn prices fall, young people see a risky future. Iowa's strength was its reputation. Now that's the hardest thing to repair. Canada didn't outproduce Iowa, they outmaneuvered it on trust. They offered the world a drama-free alternative, and it worked. Rebuilding Iowa's reputation will take more than stable policies. It will take years of proving reliability. For Iowa, this is a humbling moment. The fields are still fertile, the farmer's still the best, but trust is now the crop in shortest supply. In the global market, the best product means nothing if buyers don't trust you to deliver. Iowa's harvest is now one of doubt. The state must answer. How can it reclaim its place as the world's most trusted supplier? The answer will shape not just Iowa's future, but the future of American agriculture. The stakes have never been higher, the world is watching, and the next move is ours. What's happening in America's farming states isn't just a drop in trade. It's the erosion of trust, the invisible currency that drives everything. The world still needs corn, soybeans, beef, and ethanol, but they're buying from somewhere else. Not because of quality, but because deals with America no longer feel safe. Canada didn't steal market share with flashy campaigns or low prices. They simply delivered, on time, every time. While the US got bogged down in trade wars, Canada built a reputation as the no-drama supplier. With climate goals and food security in mind, Canada's steady leadership and transparent policies are winning the world's trust. If you think this deserves more attention, share this video. For more stories behind the headlines, subscribe, and turn on notifications. All content is based on trade reports and public data as of June 2025. Our only goal to offer another lens, so none of us are left behind.